All right, I'm proud of myself that I'm making this video really quickly. Yesterday's haul, we showed some scrapbook miniatures, and I thought that there's some really great things in here for the diorama. I'm not a big fan of paper accessories for 1/6 scale, but there's some really cool things in here, and I think that there's potential. So these ones I found at the Dollarama in Canada. I actually told you that I was gonna go back when I flipped through the book in the haul video. I kind of saw some really cool things and said I'm gonna go get the other ones, and I actually did go to the dollar store, and I went to a different dollar store and they didn't have the rest of the missing books that I don't have, and then I kind of stopped myself and said, why don't I just look at these four? I think there's probably 4 more in the series, and I think I chose the best ones with the most usable miniatures. So I don't. The best way for me to do it is to jump right in. I think we'll start with the best one, the one that I thought that would work the best. Now, scrapbooking in general is kind of. I mean, it's kind of. Passe. It's kind of outdated, and I really like that aesthetic. I'm a huge fan of the mixed media and the old things, and the like the stamps and postage, and the postage stamps and the actual stamps themselves. All of that stuff's really cool. I probably am a scrapbooker at heart. But let's see how these books work. So you get a gist of this. There's all these die cut things in here. So here's an example. Here is what we're looking at. We're looking at one that's themed in, I guess, travel and maps and old pictures. Then we have one that is flower based. And we have one that is like, this is like pressed flowers, pressed butterflies kind of thing. And then we have this one, which is more Zen, Buddha. Really cool. I got Sean here. Sean had Max Steel body. He's wearing his Sweet Orchard Farm overalls. He does have shorts on underneath. You can't see them. He got his boots and socks on. I got one of my easels. I do have other easels. There's this Disney one that I have too, which kind of, fits with what I like, olden days times. But I think this is the best one for the job. This came with a skipper, Stacy, art guy. I think it was a skipper one. And then I got this table standing on one of this wrought iron, my desk here. So we got all of the stuff ready to fill up with things. How many of these things will be useful? I said I was going to start with the map one. I kind of hope these surfaces that I have ready are ready to show you what's in here. I'm noticing that these are harder to punch out than I thought. I don't want to destroy anything. Oh, there's doubles. There seems to be 2 of each sheet. So the Dollarama is Canada's coolest dollar store. I really like it. There's always really cool finds there. And I don't know how long or how uncomfortable this is going to be for me to be. But right off the bat, this is the first punch out in here. And if I did put it on the easel, it's looking really good. When I put it on the table, it's looking really good. Can I stand it up in the desk? So yeah, we're just going to rifle through some really cool things. I'm going to see what's definitely workable for the dioramas. You can see that my old general store look and feel. I'm super turn of the century. That's what I like. All of this stuff does go and match really well. But I mean, I don't really have much use for like a picture of a suitcase. So, I mean, this is kind of, maybe I should have done this. Maybe I'll have to pause the video and do it separately. But I mean, there's still cool pictures, and I don't know, one day will I scrapbook? There are some kind of cool embellishments that I could actually glue onto some of my wood pieces. I do not like to paint. Not a lot of people, but some people have a problem with the fact they say that I should paint my furniture, but I really like the natural wood aesthetic. But there are things where I could decoupage these little details on here, and it could look really cool. So you can see that there's some really cool things. I guess I'm gonna have to come back and see what's easier to do. So let me pull out the things Like even the things that I was noticing, even the things that are not the right scale would look really good as art on the wall. And it's actually kind of surprising how good. Like even this giant ticket would look amazing, like on an art. And I also thought about gessoing them onto pieces of board, a piece of. I have all kinds of little wood pieces that I could put these things on. I guess this is a coin, so that's kind of cool too. I mean, just putting this stuff on the desk is cool in its own right. I think my objective here is to have more things like some papers that you can put on the desk, but also some things that I can frame and put into picture frames, or maybe just put them up as posters. But look at this. This one is really cool because we're going to get lots of maps, and like a whole like load of maps on the desk are going to look really, really good. So let me I think what I'll do is I'll start a pile of stuff that doesn't really work. I mean, this is the right scale. Like if I wanted to make actually backdrops and stuff, this stuff could work out really, really well. Yeah, why did I write this stuff off so easily? Now that I'm punching it out, I'm seeing so much potential. So I like these tickets and things for posters. I'm going to save this as the map table. So first we have this map, which would work really well as a poster, but just on the desk as a spherical map is cool too. I also have some round wooden things. Like if I glued those over the front, maybe I could make. I don't know how to put these into categories of potential and not potential. The desk is probably going to look really cool with things put through. So there we go. I guess I thought I had all this extra time, and I thought that that I would need to have 8 books to go through all of the things. But I guess what I can do is I can pull out the best stuff. So like here is a perfect scale of some letters tied up with string, and they look pretty good on the desk. Oops, I'm not supposed to put those on there. I'll put them back here. I'll put them on the top shelf. Any papers that we can use there. Then I have this typewriter. I don't know. That's questionable, but like I said, it could work really good in for a backdrop if I was to do like just a backdrop. And then there's this. I don't know exactly what this is. It's kind of a weirdly framed photo, but it's a photograph, and it just looks like a really good photograph. Like, look at that sitting on the easel. Maybe we'll start that for the vertical ones. Now here's an example of one that is out of scale, but again, it kind of could be a pretty cool poster, or it does look like something that I would frame and put on my wall. Even though you can see the scale with him, that it looks pretty cool. So oh yeah, I have a pile for stuff like that. And then the things that work out the best in these sets are in fact these maps. So the fact that I've got 2 of each thing. So this is the first really good map. So that's just going to look like it belongs on the desk. And is there another map of this set? No. And then I skipped over these things without punching them out because there's a luggage tag, and I mean that could be really cool. I don't know why I didn't punch that out. It's like a compass or a drafting tool of some sort. Like if I glue that to a piece of wood, I might appreciate that a little bit more. So that's kind of cool. I don't know where to put that. Kind of goes in the category with this molding, where I see potential of using them as actual details. And then we got some out of scale posters here. Is that pile? And then I guess this is also a really cool detail that kind of could be something. And then I'm not going to punch these 2 out, but I will revisit that just so we can get through this quickly. Maybe I'm going to have to look at this stuff later. I'll have to do this in my spare time. Or maybe I'll pause the video at the end and I'll show you the rest of it. But this really is the best book, I would say, out of all of the things that I found. We'll start with another olden times photograph, looking really, really good in the general store. I've been putting the tall photos there. But see, just stacking them like that is cool. And then here is something that is more of paper fodder that would kind of look cool on the desk. Just scattered, layered, kind of also looks like a good example of a poster. That rope looks really real too. So depending on that. And then this, here's a good one. You're gonna like this. We got this book. I'd probably want to actually get a piece of wood or glue it to multiple layers of cardboard so that it could be like a real book. That's kind of cool. I'm saving that for maps. Book. It kind of goes, I don't know what category that goes into. And then here is another like compass, clock. These are definitely good. I kind of definitely want to find little circular pieces of wood and glue that stuff on them, which I definitely have circular rounds for stuff like that. And then here's a really cool embellishment right here, a pointing finger. This stuff is all my jam. Embellishments go down here, things that I could actually glue on. And here's another one. Oh, we get another finger too on the same. So some other moldings or something that I could glue to the top of a frame just to give it a little more detail. I mean, I like it. I mean, there's something about reproduction that I don't like, and I really like authentic turn of the century. So farmhouse, I understand the appeal to it, but it seems kind of fake. So I like things that are really old, kind of wabi-sabi. Another that's the same one, but maybe it's in the opposite direction. And then I guess this is a magnifying glass. Uh-oh, this is the first one that I bent because it had a very narrow, but not that it matters. So I think this is a magnifying glass. I don't know if that's a rope or a metal handle on there or what. I might as well just stick that on there. So that's, no, I'm not sticking it on there. I'm going to put it in that category. And then I won't punch out the globe, even though, I mean, that's cool. Do I have a globe yet? No, I don't have a globe yet. Now here's something that's really, oh, this is a good one. Oh, this is a really good one. Check out all of these things. So we got ourselves another olden days picture. These are very, very cool. I think they're more 20s, 30s. And rather than my turn of the century that I like so much. But look at this scroll. That's kind of cool. To a scroll that gets to go on the desks with the maps, even though the edges are supposed to be scrolled, but they're not legitimately scrolled. So depending on the angle it's at, and then oh wow, this is kind of cool. We got a rolled up map. I'm gonna still stick that on there, and then we got another book cover, which I think, like, I probably should cut out layers of cardboard and glue these on, and since I have two, I can do a front and a back, and I could make some pretty hefty books. So what category? Oh, I guess that goes in this category up here. And then check this out. Okay, one of them that I saw, I didn't see many good things in one, but one of them had a measurement and it looked like it could make a good meter stick. So that one I'm kind of excited about. I might have to get the book that has that one. This telescope, which is kind of cool, but it needs some dimension. This reminded me of the meter stick that was in there, and it could definitely be all I would have to do is glue it to a stir stick, and it would be a real wooden measuring. I'm not lost, I'm exploring. Kind of interesting little quote. I guess I'll put that up with the miscellaneous papers and books. Oh, and here's a quote. Let's see how this is. How this comes out. So quotes are kind of bad design. Kind of that's what's wrong with farmhouses. When you have words written on there, it's looked down upon, especially now. But, I mean, I don't know what that says. I'm not going to bother reading it. To see a world in a grain of sand. I won't finish it there, but okay, I'll put that up with the literature pieces. So did I clear? I cleared all of that out. I don't know. Does this paper have potential for decoupage? I don't know. What else do I got going on here? Okay. All right. So nothing I'm gonna punch out right now. I guess I'm gonna stop. Oh no, I guess I have to punch out anything that could be artwork for sure. But all of these little things have potential. And maybe, I don't know what the best way to do this video is. That is definitely a really cool piece of vertical art. I mean, I don't know. It is very scrapbooky, and I don't want things to look too scrapbooky. But look at these embellishments here. So that keyhole's a little bit out of scale. The fob is a little bit out of, no, it's actually not that much out of scale. There could be big ones. It's a little big. And we got other things. I don't particularly like that picture, even though she looks more turn of the century than some of the other photographs that we've seen in here. All right, I'm moving on against that. There are some, like, there's this fleur-de-lis kind of embellishment thing here, which could definitely be good on the front door or something. So there's definitely really cool potential here. And let's look, there's some good things in there. We've got another map, which is kind of what this is all about, this set. And how are we doing for time? 17 minutes. That's cool. That's going to look really good on the desk with the other maps. And then we got other pointers. We got other embellishments. I think that I want to punch out. I'll take all the posters. We got a small little word that says explore. Did you see that? That's going to be hard for me to punch out under the stress. The binoculars are, those are a little out of scale, but they could look really good as a piece of artwork. An old camera. Like, again, I could make a backdrop and put some of this stuff on shelves for a backdrop, and it would look kind of cool. There's potential for these things. Okay, and then these moldings are pretty nice too. They could be some great embellishments. And then, I mean, I love this thing, but I think that its scale, it's I think another kind of compass is how you describe that. Where you hold it up and you do your coordinates, but it's pretty sweet. It's a bit out of scale. It needs, but it would look good as a piece of artwork. Yeah, I don't know. Did I even comment on that molding piece? Lots of good molding pieces. All right, a map. And then what's this stuff? Check this out. So this is interesting, and I have double of this. If I ever wanted to, like, put it at the top of a mirror, put it on the frame, put it on an archway. I could do a box room, like a wooden box room, and I could make it based in this period where there's a lot more detail. And then I could put these at the top of the doorways and glue them down. There's definitely potential for all of this stuff. I'm gonna pop that into there. Wait, what's this undershelf? This is nice and long. Let's fill up the shelf. Is this going to look good afterwards? I don't know. And then we got some kind of ticket. You can punch out that circle there too. Bon voyage card. And then what is this? This is some kind of, I don't know, some kind of metal, some tin roofing or something. It's great texture. I mean, it definitely has potential, definitely a good underlay for something. Or again, it could be some kind of great embellishment on the wall of a specific diorama that I choose. This one, oh, I guess this one, the big embellishment section can go there. All right, and then there is another old, like, 20s photograph in here. So check that out. And we pile those long ones there. So they're going to look really good. I mean, I could put extra card backs on those to make them a little stronger and stuff, but I mean, even if I have some kind of flipping catalog, they would look really, really good. All right, and the great stuff goes on because we got more maps. This one really was the best one for me because of, I think there's only one or two things in the other sets, but we'll see. So we got this map here. I'll definitely go through those quickly. This book looks a little big, but some books are large. Looks like it's just looks like it's a dirty cover. Again, layer some cardboard, and that could be a really cool piece. We've got a front and a back. We got a stack of newspapers, which would look better for like a backdrop because it's not literally flat. And then we've got some more moldings. So I think, when am I ever going to make all these videos? I have so much furniture to make, but I probably should build a room and use some of these. Like, it would, instead of me putting the popsicle sticks on, me putting using these moldings would look really kind of cool. Even though I kind of still want to, I mean, yeah, it's that reproduction feel that I'm not a fan of. Now we've got a lot of these strips too, so we got 2 on each sheet of 2, so that's kind of cool too. I really like it. It's really good molding. The photographs seem to be of a deco time period, which I'm not a fan of, but all of the architecture details are more from my time period, which I am a fan of. Yeah, we cut out that map, and then oh wow, yeah, this one is a treasure trove because it has so many pieces of paper that are in the right scale, unlike you'll see in the next books that we open. But here's another really cool photograph. I've been putting the portrait style ones there. We haven't gotten a lot of landscape ones. And then I have another map to put on the map table. I mean, just stacks and stacks and piles of maps look great. I guess I could curl up the edges on them to make them look more real, because maps never really lay flat. We got another map, I believe. It looks like a city map. It's really faded. Plop that down here. Table full of maps. And then what else is on here? So some lace gloves that are out of scale. Another compass. Another doily. This could work really well. Oh. Even though it's kind of out of scale, but doilies can be any scale. If you just stuck that on the desk by itself, it could look like an actual doily on the desk. So the one thing that's not a map that I'm going to keep. And this, not really sure what this is, but it does look like it's more like a piece of architectural detail. Could be a mat. Oh, it could be a tablecloth that's really, really tiny. Maybe it's a tiny little frame. It would look good as a piece of artwork though. And then I'll leave these things to punch out later, but you can see medallions would look great. Those gloves would look good as a piece of art on the wall. And that's it. That's it for this book. So I think that this was the best book. We do have lots of things, and then I have lots of things left. I might have to do an update video of the collection. I might have to, I might like invent some kind of filing system for this for the store, like where we like, I don't know, like an easel, and it definitely could be good. I can see how the stuff is looking pretty good already. Like it looks like it's useful. It's a lot of paper fodder is what it is. And imagine if I double all that stuff up. So let's go straight to the, I don't know, but for now on, I'm only going to pull out the ones that can definitely be used. The butterfly one is going to be a really good one. Uh-oh. Pulled out two sheets at the same time. Not so sure about the scale of this card, but it could be from a giant log book. So definitely, even though it's supposed to probably be an index card, it could be like a larger log book for logging data. But I'll put that up there, and plus it would look really cool as art on the wall. And all of these pressed butterflies would definitely look good on the wall. Some of them definitely would look better doubled up. And added some cardboard, but we also have some artwork. So check these out. It's kind of sick and gross. I guess I would definitely consider that artwork. I'm going to put it vertical artwork. Having different shaped stacked artwork is going to look good too. And then, oh, look at these little corners, which are supposed to be like paper corners, but they could be corners for other things. We got a slogan, we got some flower patterns. Yeah, I showed everything off there. Here's a piece that was hidden when I couldn't, like, you could only, when you was looking in the store, you could only flip through a little bit because they had them taped on the corner, so you couldn't see the stuff that was in the back. And this was in the back, and this is probably my favorite thing from today. Even though I probably have real diorama pieces that are just like this, because that's I have some wooden frames, real wooden frames like this, that I do like to use to decorate my dioramas, but I absolutely love this. I would definitely glue this to some other cardboard or a board. It's a backwards easel or a backwards canvas that that you can't see the front, but sometimes that's really cool. I love that. That's my favorite piece. I'm going to put it right here. There we go. It looks legit. It looks real. And then, oh, here's another great piece. This is turning out better than I thought. Now I see my little clip here that I have. So I am a connoisseur of bull clips in real life and for my diorama. So I have found some little tiny ones that, like this one, that look like really good ones. But this is also a great piece. Like pressed flowers and pressed butterflies. Such an old-fashioned thing to do. Such a great thing to have on the desk too. Makes for great desk fodder. This one, I mean, I could even cover up the picture frame with a new picture frame that I make out of like stir sticks. That could be really great. What category do I guess this is vertical art. It's like complete and beautiful and wonderful and ready to go. And then yeah, so I was talking about these bowl clips because those ones are totally out of scale, but again, if I put that in a piece of art, this is too much art to deal with for a whole lifetime. But that would make a really great piece of art. If I put that red bowl clip in a frame, stuck it on the wall, that would be something I would want to hang in my house. And I'm not a fan of art. We got some more slogans and words and stuff. Those are they're cool, despite everything. All right, okay, now here we're getting into things that aren't really useful. Oh, I'm saying that now. But, like, out of all of these things, the scale is off, but they could make good artwork, but there's one that the scales are right on. And I have made real plants out of paper plants before, but this one might not be intended to be the right scale, but because it is more ambiguous, I'm being really careful. It looks the most 1/6 scale, and gluing it on something could look really good. I don't even mind the white edges. I mean, It would help if you put it on something white. I mean, that doesn't look so good. I guess it's because it's got all the white background. I don't know. I still like it. It's nice. What he holds in his hand. The white is making it not look real. On a desk, on a piece of paper, though, it would look real. There's still something charming about it. And what's going on here? Oh, interesting how the art continues. Like you can see the shading, how it continues onto the paper, but you have to punch out the flower. I mean, these embellishments definitely have purpose. Right now I'm imagining like making some kind of filing system on the desk where you can see all of these flowers and stuff poking out, and it just looks like it could look really cool having these oversized things. It's just like somebody's art collection of flat pictures. Maybe it's an artist or something. So, okay. All right. And then, here we go. Oh, there's more. I said that there wasn't much in this one, but there is. This is the one that had the most other like flat actual things that are supposed to be flat paper. So that one works really, really good. It's already done. It's like a photograph on a paper. I mean, it's kind of oversized, but I mean, all it is a bigger paper clip with a bigger sheet of paper and a bigger photograph. It's done, but I'm gonna put it on there. No, it's too like perfect. It kind of has to go on the desk. All right, and then there are these things, which are botany art is so great. So we got one of this. I mean, it looks better as tiny little photographs on the wall. Again, I could reinforce those frames with real frames, but also they look great on the desk as little butterflies. When am I ever gonna... Oh, and I didn't show you close up. So there's like 3 different ones of those, and I knew that these were going to be fantastic. And then, so that's cool. And then Nancy, you said that I should make a cork board and put some of these things on, which is definitely a possibility, but I would say that most of these things are too large to put on a cork board. I need an awful large cork board. So there could be like a mood board, but this definitely has potential for a cork board like that. Or if I double it up again, put some cardboard underneath it, it would look, this is the right size of, there are bowl clips that are that big. So it looks really good on the desk. I mean, it looks really good on the desk as is too, like from a far backdrop. These scissors are out of scale. Here's a butterfly book that's amazing. So it's the perfect scale, and it has butterflies, and it's a good color. Like this is a good one. I probably want to embellish this one again, layer it with cardboard, use the other side, use the other one that I have of it to put on the back, and then I have a really cool butterfly book. So I might have to make some books out of all of the bookier pieces here. And then we get a ripped piece of paper, which definitely has potential. Like this, just this scrap piece of paper, which it might be good to gesso it in for texture or pattern. And then we've got kind of a butterfly that's in motion more than a flat pressed one. You know what? That would probably look good on the desk too. The scissors are probably out of scale. Oh, they are out of scale. This spool and scissors aren't out of scale. Yes, they are. Unless it's a really big one. I'm going to punch this butterfly out to see how that looks on the desk. Since we're doing this botany class here. Yeah, it would be fine as fodder. It's small enough that, again, it could go on a bulletin board, or it's like somebody scrapbooking. So it's small enough that it works in that scale. Cool that I have extras of those. Oh, Oh, this is actually surprising. Okay, so this magnifying glass. Oh, do you know what they did? Because this is for scrapbooking. They have you can remove the lens out of this magnifying glass. That's kind of cool. But this is definitely way out of scale, but it could make great art. So out of scale great art goes there. And then how is this? Okay, that's all one piece. I'm not going to punch this, but then we have this sort of this like cameo artwork piece with Nana in it. That's kind of cute. I'm going to put that on this easel right here and put it there. And then these scissors, okay. So these scissors are kind of old. They're not though. They're actually just like my old-fashioned scissors that I like to use the most. Let's see how similar they are. I mean, I got these at the dollar store too, which I think they were based on the same old-fashioned scissors. Actually, they look just like my scissors. So they're kind of a larger pair, but they're definitely really good in scale. I mean, they might not look real on the desk, but in certain positions they could, and who cares? They look like scrapbook. They look like things that I actually love. My favorite scissors. I actually have 4 or 5 of these because they came with jute and I bought them all. And then there's some other things here. I'm definitely not going to punch out that monarch butterfly phase thing, but that could, I mean, that could be a great piece of art. These tweezers come in different sizes, so especially in botany, they could definitely work. And then we've got more signs and wording, which has potential. All right, what else do I got in here? There's more artwork. Oh, and here is another dried flowers that are kind of the right scale because they could be bigger. But again, I don't know. We could probably go in his hand easier. I don't know how. I mean, in the right situation, I mean, we know that these are toys, so we know that this is in a real world. I'm going to put that on the desk. So, I don't know. Maybe it's potential. Maybe it's cool. And then this one I don't like. This is the first piece of artwork that does not look like the time period to me. That's weird. It's very reminiscent of this last piece that we put up there, but it's still nice. I go on and on about not liking butterflies, but I do like butterflies, hearts and butterflies, and what else do I say? That rainbows. Those things I don't like when they put too many of those in. But these are real butterflies. Again, this is a very huge butterfly, but it would look. I mean, it's more art than something that you would have on your desk. And then there are more embellishments. These are supposed to be photo corners and stuff, but there's potential for using them as picture frames. And this, I don't know what this buckle thing is. I mean, I do. I really do know what this is. Maybe it is just a buckle strap. It looks really familiar to me. That, I don't know. It's out of scale, but it has potential for stuff. Those have potential for corners of picture frames. Let's go. And then, so here's the thing. This is the quintessential scrapbooking photograph. So it's got all of the things that I like. This is why I love scrapbooking so much, even though it probably is dated right now in this whole hipster, rugged, rustic thing, but also it's timeless because it's real. So, I mean, it had potential to be real. It's too big. It's too many things. It's already done for you. So, being a minimalist, I'd only want a few of those things. We also have, oh, look at this. This plank of wood. That would be kind of a cool embellishment. There's some flooring, some tiles that they have at the Dollarama. But I have so many floors and so many carpets and so many walls. But they do have some tiles that are made just like this, and I wanted so badly to buy them and make a room. They've got some really good tiles at the Dollarama in Canada. That's what I'm talking about today. That's where I got these. That I can make whole rooms and whole bathrooms and like smaller square tiles that would look so good in a vintage kitchen or bathroom. And then they have floors that are made with boards like this. But I got enough floors and boards, and I do tell myself, at least I do tell myself one day, that if I get myself all cleaned up and I finish off all of the other stuff, stop buying stuff now, and then one day I'm always going to have a new idea, so there's always going to be lots of fun. Right here we have some butterflies on this one. This is a really good, I like that one as is. This is probably my favorite butterfly picture that we got so far, but that's a pretty good one too. I like the frames and everything. An oversized bowl clip that's way too large for the right scale. Again, it could make some great artwork. And then, okay, I kind of want to punch out that board. I love that board. And then there we got another board. So this was another hidden piece that I did not see when I was previewing them in the store because it was hidden under the tape. And it was just this wooden round piece, which definitely has potential. I guess that goes up into the texture. Oh, I guess that goes into the textures pile. But that could be glued on something and look really, really cool. There's also some other flowers that are, you know what? I think that the scale is good enough that that could work too. Another butterfly. We got some spring stuff going on there. But let's flip through, and then okay, so lots of other butterflies. They're kind of larger than there's only one that could really be a real butterfly, but it would be like a monstrous Australian or African butterfly. But I mean that's the smallest one, so we'll punch that one out. But all of those would make really great artwork. And then this is really cool. Okay, I like this sheet a lot. I mostly like this sheet because this frame is a separate frame. And then these flowers this is really small. So yeah, we don't get enough small little things. That's really cute. That would look good on the desk. And then those other two little ones are separate little small flowers too, this is finally something small enough to be legitimate pressed flowers on the desk. So I guess this really was the tiniest thing that I punched out so far. But those are legit because they're the right scale, they're the right pressedness, there's a reason for them to be flat flowers. So that's kind of cool. You can see that. The desk is looking pretty nice with all that stuff on it. And then we got some good shaped butterflies, but this is what I'm most excited about. I might have to do a part 2 of this video where I'm going to continue with the rest of the books. I don't think the other books have as many usable items, though, but this frame is definitely a nice surprise. Oh, and I can use it. I can use it on my vertical easel. But it's just a framing piece that looks really, really good. That's layerable and awesome. And then these other flowers are small enough that they could be used, and the butterflies are definitely good for artwork. This one is definitely good for one of those monster butterflies that you see from Africa and Australia. I don't know where else they have those ones, but yeah, that was a good sheet. That caterpillar would make good art. All of that would make good art. And then that's the end of that book. Okay, so the other pages we will go through more quickly. This one looks like it has the most potential, so we'll save that for the last. But it looks like this is cute. But we'll go through this one quickly. All right. So right off the bat, so we definitely got some Zen stuff in. The Buddha, I won't punch that out, but that's definitely something for the back wall or for a flat diorama backdrop. But this, I like this, even though I think it's supposed to be a ticket. It's more, it could also be an architectural detail or some kind of art just on the wall. Like all of this could be art. Oh, and then I want to see what this board what this board looks like if I punched out. So I could make a flat little sign. I could put anything on it that it said, anything that I wanted it to say. And actually it's kind of cool that they made this triangle. I'm going to punch out this head because this is one of the smallest things again, and the smaller the better for diorama because it makes the most sense. So this little tiny Buddha head is kind of great to have for tiny paper fodder. But what we want to see is this sign and how the potential that would have. I mean, it is paper. I kind of want to replace the string with a real string, but then why wouldn't I just use a normal piece of wood? Because this one has age to it, I guess. But that's kind of cool, and it's perfect as is. Do I have a perfect? Oh, that's kind of like this one was. This letters is perfect as is. Is that the only other one that was perfect as is? I guess all of these things are perfect as is. Okay, what else do I have on here? I got like a little mat that goes up against a wall kind of thing. So if I wanted to put this on the floor, or I mean, it definitely. I mean, it could go so many places, but it's kind of cool that it's already ready to butt up against something, which is a neat little mat. But it could work as a tablecloth that you don't know that it's cut off. That's cool. The Buddha again, the candles, all these things are three-dimensional things really, except for look at that really tiny Buddha. That's cool. And then there's a tiny little rose there too. Potential there. Okay, what else do we got going on here? The only thing, I mean, okay. This gets confusing. That bowl clip looks like a legit good size, but then you can see that this is a stamped postcard, so that's way out of scale, but it would make good art. But this thing, this could work. I mean, that's a giant bow, but bows come in different sizes. So that's a potential piece of paper kind of thing. But then a lot of these things are three-dimensional, and then that one, that's not even good artwork. That's cheesy. That whole lavender thing. So that's probably my most hated thing here. Now I know that a lot of people probably like it. And why did I not pay attention to the clock? I know that there are better clocks, and one of these sets definitely had a clock in it. I mean, this has potential of art. I think I don't like the purple tint into it. It's making it look really scrapbooky and kind of cheap. Now I know I shouldn't say that. I know that I got some nanas out there who like the different colors that I don't like, and that's totally okay. Like this might be like, wow, it's a fob, it's a pocket watch, and then they made it even cooler by making it purple. That's not necessarily my stance, but I won't take that away from anyone, and that's just an oversized piece of art. So let's just let me flip through here quickly. We got a tiny postcard that is the right size. What is up with that? Oh, that's amazing. All right, does that make it worth the $1.50? I guess we get two of these. A real postcard, which is the absolutely perfect size. It might be even small. It might be too small here. Let me hold it up to his arm. Nope, that is a perfect size postcard. He's got really large hands, so I'm trying to put it in his hand. But that's an amazing piece. And again, I have two of those, and then this is one of the reasons. This is one of the main reasons I got this, is because this is the perfect piece. This is the perfect piece of paper. Like, it's a handwritten letter that would look so good on the desk. All right, so this book is paying off, despite me not liking so many different things. And I don't know if these things are supposed to be crystals or soap or what those lumps are. They're very weird. And then that lantern, I don't know, why didn't I pay attention to that? It's kind of it's kind of my vibe because it's like black metal, and it definitely has it's like one of those things to glue to the background for gluing an embellishment on here. The glare is on one side, so you can't really, it looks so three-dimensional that I'm trying to see the three-dimensional. It's cool. It is very cool. That's I guess that goes in the wait, no, that's an element. That's an actual good size element that fits, that goes in that pile. Candles are way out of scale. This postcard is way out of scale. Again, this would make a really good artwork on the wall, though. Even though it's out of scale, it can make a good piece of hipster art. Okay, all right. Oh, did I show you this piece of wood? Just a piece of wood that was in there. I love that. That's like an architectural detail. Let's flip through here. Oh, there's this. This is one of the hidden ones. This is so good. Okay, let me just pull this out quickly. We got more of that tiny blue soap. I don't know if they're tiny, so it's good. We know that this clock is amazing. So might want to, that can be a real clock. Might want to glue that to a piece of wood. Oh, it's got the purple tint, though. I'm not liking the purple tint of these. Right scale. Right scale needs... Oh, that's this pile. Oh, this was an architectural detail. I mean, I don't have to sort this stuff right now. That goes in here. This was the pile of stuff that needs to be mounted on. This is an architectural detail. Stuff that I wanted to mount on top of wood. It was supposed to be that one, but I forgot about that pile. Back to this book here. That looks so good on the desk. All right, the keys are out of scale. This book is a three-dimensional book, so it's better. Oh, there's something else here that I missed. It's better as artwork than trying to pretend it's something that it's not. And then this tiny little compass that's kind of like I want to glue that to a piece of wood and make it substantial. That's cool. I'm thinking that the printing details on these are so that you can. They're for scrapbooking, so that probably they make it so that the glue doesn't make the inks run. Another tiny little Buddha, which is great for gluing on a shelf. I mean, that's cool. I mean, I could even glue that onto a block of wood and then stick it on a shelf. Let's think about that. Let's step that back at that thing. So all of the tiny little things, I could do stuff like that. And then, again, this statue would look really, really cool. If I glue that on to a block of wood, that kind of changes my perspective of maybe a lot of those things. But yes, gluing that, and then you get yourself a statue. Okay, what else do I got here? All right, there's some more hidden things that I didn't know about. Oh, there's some really good stuff here. Wow, I'm quite surprised. We get some driftwood. I am down with that. I mean, that is kind of how you make artwork anyway, is I would take the picture, like in real life, I would love to just glue like something, like if this was an image in my scale, glue it to a piece of wood and then stick it on the shelf or hang it on the wall. Love that piece of driftwood. So there's another piece of driftwood like that. Okay, this is. I guess I'm going to have to buy the other 4 sets because I'm being surprised by things. There's this compass, which, I mean, it doesn't have the dial that doesn't stand up off the page, but it's kind of my jam. I like it. It's got that purple in there. I want to glue that to a piece of wood. And then we've got these different signs and pieces of wood. I'm going to come back and punch those out later. And then this thing, this doily or tablecloth or embellishment, ceiling embellishment. I mean, we don't look at ceilings much in 1/6 scale, but we do. And then we've got this vignette, which, I'm pushing my wall off. This used to be clamped down. But since I cleaned my diorama, that has potential just like the other doily. Let me put that down. Let me put that down on the ground like a rug under the table. So you can see the rug on the rug. You can barely see it. Yeah. vignettes I don't like, but then there's other. They should have this little medallion is a separate piece. That's great. All right, I'm trying to pump through these things. Okay, so we got a girly purple rose embellishment that could be really useful. The chalkboard. I mean, and there's the sign. There's a lot of good stuff here. There's more driftwood here. There's more tiny pieces of driftwood there that I didn't punch out. I mean, I can't punch out everything right now. I guess I'm going to have to. And then I'll have to show you later. But what's up with these things here? What's up with this tiny little piece of wood? It has potential. I'm putting that in the architectural. And then there's this hanging sign. Which, if I was going to make a hanging sign, though, I would just get my own piece of like popsicle stick or wood like this, and I would drill holes and tie a string to it instead of doing that. It seems kind of wrong, but at the same time, it's kind of cool. I don't know where I put the other one like this. Did I put it there? This is confusing me. And there's a purple piece of wood. Oh. But I thought I punched out this. What's going on here? Oh, I'm punching out ones from the other one. Okay. I'm just redoing everything. All right. We'll move on from that sheet. There is a dream catcher. This is what I was starting to punch out. This chalkboard, which actually... Okay, so this needs to go on a piece of, this needs to be leveled up, because then it becomes a personal slate for the desk. Like this is the absolutely perfect size of a slate that kids would use in school. That is so cool. It needs more backing though to give it some more body. And the dream catcher and another sign. And again, this vine of flowers could definitely be great for a specific room. Can I make all of these specific wooden rooms? I can't bring myself to make cardboard rooms. I'm sorry. I know that a lot of people like to make cardboard rooms and foam, but I need it to be more secure than that. First for my clumsiness, and then for my... But if I wanted to do a specific room with purple flowers, I can't see me ever wanting to do that. But I got some really cool embellishments. The eye catcher, I would have liked that if it wasn't purple. Purple's and the pillows are useless. Yeah, the pillows are like, I wouldn't even have that as artwork. All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to crack this book open. How are we doing? Oh, we're at an hour. Of course we are. These tickets, there's one ticket here. So I took this into account. This I thought was going to be the only thing that I would find in here. I kind of bought this book for this one ticket. Might be no, I think it's a really good size. Sometimes when I hold things up, that looks huge, but it's a good size ticket. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of like, I kind of liked it. And then I thought of this more as I thought this might have potential as a giant ledger for a ship or something. Like, it does work, but it is probably supposed to be an address book and supposed to be tiny. But it does work as a large book. Again, it would need more of a backing, and then also it would look really good as a piece of artwork. I showed you the rest of the stuff. That mail is out of those tickets are kind of cool. But they would make really good artwork instead. I have 2 of those tickets. I got some earths, some globes. Those are kind of cool. There's 2 moons in here. I kind of love these mini moons. Those are like good scrapbooking fodder for 1/6 scale. So that's where we can do the 1/6 scale. And then there's some paper textures here. Now, we got one in purple, which I don't necessarily agree with, like I said. But this green one, this is the color that I usually allow in my... Because I like into my dioramas. It's that one beautiful natural color. So having this piece of torn paper on the desk under some stuff is kind of a great piece to have. And then again, we got another Buddha statue, which I could glue to a block and put it on the shelf. We've got this is really a shame. So there's this sheet, and they dyed it purple, but it was a really good size. The brown one might be a little too big, but that was a really good size. It's larger probably than they intended, but it makes for a nice old list paper. And then we have, how come I haven't found a clock yet? And then this one's still good. Like you can see that it's still a nice ledger size. We've got this another piece of paper. We're covering up all of the maps. Lots of paper fodder. This lantern, again, a great detail to like glue on the wall. It's the perfect size. Put that under there in the thing, and then the pocket watch is a little bit out of scale. The piano could be artwork. The tea lights I wouldn't use as artwork. That ticket is kind of useless, but it could be artwork if I liked pink bows and things. All right, this is the first purple thing that I like. Oh, this is a good sheet. Wow, this is an amazing sheet. This is so good. All right, so this looks like a tiny little clip. This is the time where this actually works because it looks like it's the right scale. Stick that on the desk. That's amazing. This clock was one of the reasons. So the ticket and the clock were what I noticed in this. All these other things are bonuses. This, I thought I would take one of my wooden circles, glue it around it, stick it on the wall. It's a nice old clock. It's a good size clock. I mean, I like a larger clock, but it's a good clock for the wall. That's a beauty. That needs some wooden embellishments. But check this out. This is a surprise to me. I guess this is kind of backdrop. I like this purple pillow. Kind of Moroccan thing happening, but it looks so real. That's what's kind of great about these scrapbook pieces, is that they kind of look real. And then there's another one that's a bit smaller. This is a tiny pillow. Go figure. This is the one time that they could have went big and it would have been better. It's still a pillow. It's still possibly to be a pillow. So we got two pillows there stacked up. Look how good and real they look. All right, they were really good. And then we got this thing that is an absolutely the unacceptable artwork, unacceptable for me. Oh, and that was the end of this book. So we're over an hour now. We got one book to do. Really is a good thing I didn't buy the other four of those. We're probably going to find all kinds of great things in here. Wow, who would have thought? All right, so we have this rose sheet, which, I mean, that paper clip's a little oversized. It's the botanical stuff is big. It would make good artwork. And then here's one. Oh, here's where they ruined something. What's going on here? I'll show you this stuff in a second after we look at this thing. So they ruined a perfectly good photograph by layering it with these things. So this one they've kind of destroyed. This is because they did all of the layering and didn't allow us to, but I mean, all of those things separately, like that frame separately, the photograph separately, and those flowers would have been all perfect, but no. And then we have all of these embellishments where they did do the flowers separately, so those have potential. So this stuff's all more pink based this time. We get some more words there. I really like I like the embellishments on that plaque or whatever it is. That could be good as a embellishment on the wall or something. And then we got some pink lace there. So I like pink based more than purple based. Purple's just not my color for some reason. So I am gonna like these a lot more. Oh, here's something that they did. They ruined it. Of course I can cut it off, and I probably will. But they added a I'm not going to punch out the part that's in the middle there. It's punch where you punch out around the string. But by them adding the string made this useless. But I mean, that's an easy fix to cut off. So botanical artwork, cool. And then we have this one, which I really like. Again, maybe putting stir sticks around this and turning into a real old-fashioned botanical artwork might be great. Finally cover up that. That's a good one. And then this one, I mean, it could be nice as a piece of artwork, but I don't even like it as that, so we won't deal with that. There are some smaller flowers in here. This leaf, wait, is that attached? It's attached, so that changes the scale of that. Oh, I think that this leaf, that would be useful. This flower would be nice to use. So that's cool. I'm going to punch out just a piece of greenery so we can see what that looks like. Yeah, I'm going to have to sit down. Oh, I ripped something. I didn't rip the actual thing though, which is good. They made these well, I guess, because I haven't ripped anything that wasn't, and I haven't really bent anything. So they die casted well, these things. This was the most challenging. But a little fluster of greenery is kind of nice and has potential. Again, like you could glue that onto the back scene of it, and there's some other little flowers on here that are individual that could be punched out. Oh, look at this. They have the yardstick. Okay, so I am definitely going to glue this. I don't know if this was the one that I didn't get or maybe in another one, but I am definitely gluing this to a stir stick. And even if it overlaps a little bit, and I'm going to glue the letter. I love these. They just look like some kind of thing from a that the teacher would have in a schoolhouse, an olden time schoolhouse. So yeah, I'm gonna glue that to a wooden stir stick, and it's gonna be this awesome piece of art that has the alphabet on it in the most beautiful letters ever. Glue that to, this is the glue to wood pile in there. And then the same goes for, like I already told you, my idea of gluing this to a stir stick, and then I've got a amazing yardstick, which is 12, I don't know. Let's see, is it 1/6 scale exactly? Let's see if this is, that makes no, it's not, because it's not feet or inches. That makes this guy's foot 5 inches long. That would make him a size 5. No, he's definitely a size 11 or 12. Maybe a size 10, 11, or 12. So the scale is off, but no one's going to pay attention to that. Maybe it's Canadian millimeters. And you can see on the desk that it just looks like, well, you can't see on the desk. Once it's glued, we get it all straightened out, and it's going to look really cool. All right, and then they have more quotes, and then we get some embellishments which could be used for certain signs or something. So, I mean, there's some cool stuff on there, but those 2 meter sticks are really, really cool. A way far out of scale clipboard, not cool. We've got, okay, this was one of the main reasons to get this, was that picture, which is more turn of the century than the other 1920s, 30s photographs that we've got before. So that's cool. Even though those corners are kind of out of scale, it works as a larger piece. And that's what stacking art looks like. It always looks really, really good. Is there anything else on here? Actually, I like this. However, that string is probably attached. Yeah, the string, unfortunately, but I like this embellishment right here. Let me punch that out right now. But that typed out piece of paper, again, I might have to cut off the strings. Let me punch that out later, though, when I'm paying attention. But this is a pretty cool little embellishment of paper. And this piece of paper would look really good. It is too bad they tied the strings to it. Okay, I'm going to punch it out. Since maybe there's not many other things in here. It's going to be the first thing that I destroy, maybe. Oh, I guess it wouldn't be so bad if I did accidentally rip off the strings. Don't say that. I'm jinxing myself. Okay, there we go. I kind of wanted to see what it would look like with the loose strings sitting on the desk. What does it say? I will not be another flower, picked for my beauty and left to die. Picked for my beauty and left to die. I will be wild, difficult to find, and impossible to forget. I kind of actually love that. And that would look really good on the desk, and maybe those strings even look good on the desk like that. Wow, that's nice. All right, so some more flowery things. Those two let the flowers. I mean, I don't really. That's my font. I love those. The butterfly and let the flowers. I love that font so much. But these ones I see potential for artwork. The rest of that stuff, I mean, I don't really like. I love this ticket. I mean, I love all of this stuff. That would make good artwork, and then this would make good artwork. I love that ticket, and I love that ticket. Those are totally my jam. And then even these tickets would make good. Oh, why didn't I see that? The stamp. But now that I'm looking at this, I mean, this is a great piece of artwork. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Is it a postcard or is it? Who knows? I'm going to stick that. I'm going to layer that on there. And then I really like this stamp here. Even though it's the wrong size, it could be art for the wall. Kind of want to glue that to a big piece of wood and make it instant art. All right, so you saw that stuff. We've got, oh, here we go. This is probably the most eclectic one. This is a good sheet. So we have 3 pieces of artwork on here. We got a more turn of the century photograph, which is good. I'd want to replace the frame. Just put some wood over that frame. And then we got 2 really nice botanicals. Botanicals. So this one they layered a little bit. I might want to frame that one. And then this one seems to be perfect. I think that they make these photographic corners in different sizes. They also just look like metal frame clasps. So when they put those on, and that's a really nice large. This is probably, it seems to be the largest one yet that is ready to go. And again, I could cover those things up with, that's such a shame. Look, speaking of covering that up, I covered up all those things. Let me put that like this. I don't know, is this going to be a good thumbnail? I guess I should kind of jack some stuff up like this. I don't know, I'll have to do that. I'll have to get like a block or something to put behind here. Do I have anything standing by? No. Yes, that is what I'll do here. I'll throw that on the floor for now. And there's a extra little quote or word in there, botanical exploration. Cute. And we got some more butterflies. Oh, there's a small one in there. There's a few small ones in there. There's 3 really good ones to use that are the right scale, and they're not like giant ones from other countries. So that's good. And then this is the last sheet here. And oh, look at this. Look at this antique clipboard. But that clipboard is unfortunately out of scale. But I do love that clipboard. I used to have such a great antique clipboard collection, but I got rid of most of them. kind of nice. Can be used as artwork. And then I guess the best thing out of this sheet is probably this thing, which I don't know what it is. The ticket's really nice too. I'm such a fan of tickets. Well, I thought I was going to actually do some scrapbooking, so I've got all kinds of scrapbooking supplies, and I have many tickets like this in different sizes. It actually could be. There could be a really large ticket like this. This little whole thing looks the right scale for that, but also it makes really good artwork. But this thing, whatever this is supposed to be, this is the best thing on the sheet, and I don't even know what it is. Does that punch out in the middle? No, just some kind of sticker or label that I could put on anything. Could put it under artwork to label the artwork on the wall. Again, let's put that on a wooden plaque here. Let me put that in this pile of things that I want to stick on wooden plaques. We got some really good things. We went through here. There's lots for me to punch out. I will punch out the stuff maybe briefly in another video. I will show you. I got to come up with some kind of I'm drooling, some kind of index system where you can rifle through the paintings. I probably want to put all of them on maybe thicker cardstock. That would be, instead of putting them on wood, I can put them on like a really nice thick black mats, and they probably would look really, really good. There's a lot of really cool things. I mean, look in your scrapbooking sections, and you will find it is one of the good tips of getting 1/6 scale things. I mean, I'm not a fan of paper, like I started out this video saying, paper accessories, but you can see that we really did fill up the desk here, and there's so much potential for using these things. There's too much potential. I have way too much stuff to work with. Am I going to buy the other 4? Maybe. We'll see. Once I have this stuff all punched out and organized and stuff, we'll see how I feel about that. But thank you for joining me. I can't believe you stayed this long. Another long video from me. How do you find the time to watch them? How do I find the time to make them? I don't. But I think I'm going to try really hard to make way more videos again. Thank you so much for joining me today. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time.